Georgia State football practice continuing here this summer. Georgia State getting ready for the 7th season of Panther football. Joined right now, I'm pleased to be joined by hopefully the starting center, Gabe Mobley. It's hot out here. How's summer workouts going for you and the rest of that offensive line getting ready for this season?
You know, it's good to get back in the swing of things here. It's definitely warm out here, but we're just out here trying to get better every day.
Talk about the chemistry amongst the offensive line. You got a number of returning starters, a couple of new faces that are going to be working their way into the rotation. But how's the chemistry between the guys on this offensive line?
The chemistry's pretty good. We lost a couple guys, but for the most part, we're all back. So the chemistry's pretty good, and we're getting it all together. So.
You know, last year you had Nick Arbuckle taking snaps. It's going to change this year. It'd be one of the three guys that are battling for it, Amir, Aaron, or Connor. How's that going, getting that chemistry? And I'm using that word quite a bit, but the chemistry they had with Nick, now you got to transfer it to a new quarterback.
Yeah, Nick was obviously a great person to have behind me in the offense, but I don't know. We're just going to be comfortable with whoever ends up back there at the start of the season. So whoever it is will be fine.
Obviously, one thing that this football team will look to do maybe better than it did last year, and I think that's the goal every year, and that's run the football. We won't have the same experience at quarterback. Going to have to be a little bit better balanced offensively. Got a lot of running backs. Of course, it usually comes down to how well the offensive line is playing to open up those holes for those guys.
Well, we threw the ball pretty well last year, so there really wasn't as much need to run the ball. But towards the end of the season, it started to pick up with the rushing yards and just being able to drive down the field and everything. So we just have to keep it improving as this year begins.
All right, and lastly, selfishly, purposeless for you, how has the off-season workouts gone for you, and what's one or two things that you said to yourself at the end of last season, going into summer, that you wanted to get better at?
Well, I was pretty light last year, pretty much the whole year, and I've put a little bit of weight on, and then just getting back in good condition like we were last year is a big thing too. So,
all right, Gabe, appreciate it. Best of luck. The season will be here before you know it.
Thank you.
All right, I want to thank Georgia State starting center Gabe Mobley here joining us on GeorgiaStateSports.com.